Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to the channel. It's time for some monthly favorites. So if you want to see all of the beauty products that I have been loving in the month of August, let's jump into it. First of which is an eyeshadow palette. It's the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette, and part of the reason this is included in the favorites is because I've been using it so much as a result of needing to test it from a haul. A lot of you guys might have seen my recent Sephora haul, and you know the way I like to haul things is actually try them pretty extensively before I share them with you, and so that I can provide kind of a mini review basically. So because of that, I have been using the pants out of this lately, and I am going to be having a tutorial coming out. This look will be included, but because this palette is so versatile, one of the many reasons why it's in my favorites this month, I wanted to include more than one look. So this is a look using all of the matte shadows in here. There are 5, which is I think unprecedented for a naked palette. Really nice. So I wanted to show how you can use just the matte shades to create a nice matte look, and then maybe use some of the browns for another look, and then a really deep smoky dark with the pretty plum and gunmetal shades in here. So you can expect that coming in the near future, but in the meantime, the reason that I've been loving this is 1, the versatility, like I just mentioned, and 2, the quality of the shadows. It's truly up to Urban Decay snuff, and the packaging's perfect. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Highly recommend it if you don't have it. And the brush that comes with it too. Here it is. Once again, Urban Decay has changed up the brush, so you not only get the palette, but you also get a dual-ended brush. On one side you have a blending brush, which is great for the crease. Perfect because you do get great matte crease shades in this palette. And then on the other hand, you have a tiny detailer brush, which I love for smoky eyes, because one of the main ways I tend to smoke my eyes out is placing the deepest, darkest shade just out here in the corner. I find that is the easiest way to kind of smoke your eye look out without going super overboard, is to take the deepest, darkest shade you want to use, a tiny, well, a small-ish detailer brush, and just lightly dab it in the outer corner, and then use a fluffy brush like this to blend it all out. So really, this was the perfect brush you could put with a smoky eye palette, I guess, and just, yeah, it's great. It's a favorite. Up next is foundation. I've been gravitating towards the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Stick Foundation. I also put a review of not only this, but also the liquid version of it as well this month. If you saw that, or even if you didn't, I prefer the stick over the liquid for my combination skin. I found that it helped keep excess shine at bay throughout the day. It also just had a slightly less dewy finish right off the bat. Very flawless, nice and buildable coverage. Obviously, I have been using it quite a bit. I don't know if you can see the dent that I've made in this, but I'm a little concerned that I'm gonna buzz right through this. So I have been loving this. Also, I have been having some nasty breakouts along my chin area. I'm not sure if it's because I'm working out more outside now, and so because it's so humid, I sweat more, and in general, whenever that's been the case, I always tend to break out a little bit more no matter how well I wash my face afterwards, and frequently all that kind of stuff just kind of happens, and so I tend to reach for something a little bit more full coverage, or that I can build strategically around my face. I don't have to put a uniform heavy coverage, and this is really nice for being selectively buildable on my chin when I need it, or if something crops up on my cheek and I need it, and yet not being too much anywhere that I don't. If I still want like my freckles to shine through or other natural skin features, this is really versatile in that way. So I've really been liking it, and then it's also super travel friendly. I'm actually about to leave for the holiday weekend, and so this is absolutely the first thing I'm gonna put in my makeup bag, because it's super portable. You don't have to worry about it spilling, breaking, anything like that. So loving it. Up next is concealer. I am moving on from what was pretty much a holy grail concealer for me for like the past 4 months. Urban Decay's Naked Skin Concealer. It's not that it is no more. I've been running out of it pretty quickly, and so I've been reaching for other things in my collection to substitute it. That way I don't have to go out and buy this, even though it has been a long-standing favorite. There are some other things that I've been meaning to try, so I whipped out the Charlotte Tilbury The Retoucher Conceal and Treat Stick. And I also did this as a result. I'm not completely out of the naked skin, so I did this not just so I could kind of slow my use of this guy, but also because I'm not sure if it's allergies or lack of sleep, lack of hydration. I don't know, but I have been noticing that my under eye area is just more, the dark discoloration and dark circles is just a little more pronounced lately, so I've been wanting something that has a little bit more brightening action, and this definitely does the trick. You'll see this in use when I upload the tutorial for this look that I'm wearing right now, but it comes in an automatic pen format, so it clicks up. You don't get so much product with each click, which is really nice. So there's not a lot of wasted product, and I just apply that in my under eye area, on my chin, around my nostrils, and on my forehead, and then I go in with whatever brush I've been using for my foundation to blend that out. It has a somewhat thinner consistency than the that's a mascara, not this guy. A somewhat thinner consistency than Urban Decay's Naked Skin Concealer. And like I said, just has that a little bit of extra brightening. Ooh, now I can talk about this guy, or rather my new favorite. Another product, or kind of one in a few products that I've been trying, is the Sigma Structural Lashes line. Of the 3 mascaras they've recently launched, my favorite is the Monumental Lash, and I like it for the same reasons that, once again, this is a long-standing favorite that has since been overthrown this month by a new product. CoverGirl's the Supersizer Mascara. I loved this because I felt like it held curl throughout the day, didn't flake, didn't smudge, added volume, had a nice balance of volume and length for my lashes, because I'm not super concerned with length. I really like volume, but at the same time I don't want fat, stubby lashes like that look, you know, so I feel like mascara for my lashes needs to have a combination of all of them. And so in trying Sigma's 3 new mascaras, Monumental Lash I found does all of those, but does it better. After looking at a comparison of this and the CoverGirl, my lashes with the CoverGirl, and a lot of you guys even said this when I was reviewing the CoverGirl, they look like kind of spidery and clumpy, and I didn't see it. I loved it. I was all about that mascara for months and months. But after seeing it compared to this, which is currently on my eyes right now, it wasn't quite as clumpy. It still curled equally as well and held curl throughout the day. The formula is phenomenal, especially in terms of lasting power, and it just had the same combination of length and volume, but doesn't give me the same kind of spidery lash look that the CoverGirl does. So that's not to say this isn't good. It's still a great mascara, especially for a drugstore alternative. Like, it has been a long-standing favorite for good reason. But the mascara that I have been reaching for lately, which, you know, is kind of how I decide to include products in a favorites video each month, has been Sigma's Monumental Lash. And last is not necessarily one product, even though that's what I'm going to show you, but it's more so the range of products that I found myself using on a daily basis in tutorials. It's the Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner. This is in the shade Midnight Green. You will see this in the tutorial for the look that I was wearing in my recent Sephora haul, but you might also notice that I've been wearing the smudge sticks in general in a lot of my recent tutorials. They're just even though they're automatic pencils, sometimes I have real issues with these because they just don't feel like they're going to be super creamy when they glide on, but this is the exception to that rule. It's very smooth, very creamy, super pigmented, glides especially on the waterline really well, which is where I tend to wear some of these kind of kohl type liners. And the lasting power is really nice with these as well. And there's a ton of lines in the range. So I know, or I think in Ulta, their upcoming 21 Days of Beauty, I think they have an amazing deal on these, like buy one, get one free or something. So I think that's an amazing value. I will probably pick some more up, and I highly recommend you do too, because the quality and color range are just stellar. So those are all my favorites for the month of August. I felt like it was going to be a relatively short video because I didn't have a ton to talk about, but as usual, I can yammer on. So I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about them. In the meantime, I'd love to hear what you've been loving for the month of August in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!